Thank you for coming on this journey with us. This is the story of love, of life, of livelihood, the ultimate DIY projects done by some very talented and special women. Thank you so much for coming on this journey and sharing this story through the eyes of myself and my husband of our hometown. Delivered at home by midwife, my husband was born and raised in Gee's Bend, Alabama, and attended Boykin Elementary School. Okay, so this was your old auditorium?
This is the old auditorium.
And
Flash party lounge on the weekends.
okay, so this was, I guess, the stage where you did talent
This
shows.
is the stage we did talent shows / classroom. You see the blackboard.
Oh yeah, and there's actually another one down here. So
And there were 2 classrooms. There was a big divider right here.
okay, so this is where the divider was. Let me step back.
I had the building to go to the bathroom.
So you had to go outside.
This was the girls' bathroom.
Okay. Oh wow.
This is the lunchroom. That was the cooking station back there.
And you guys would come through the line here to get your lunch,
Yep.
and
Of course,
then
my Aunt Tansy was the cook.
okay.
This is where I got all my torture and ass whoopings at.
Ass whoopings came in here. So is this
First grade.
first grade? So this is where you first got your
This was our first grade class.
first grade class, and where you got your first
This
ass
is where I learned my
whooping.
ABCs at.
Cliff has been kind in sharing his history with me. And what you're looking at here is a baseball field. Now, I know this baseball field as the field they play baseball on when we come down here for May Day. But Cliff tells me that the original field was actually all the way on the other side. If you can see those trailers over there, that's where the original field was. But now we kind of sit in this area over here. So all of this green space during May Day. May Day is normally the first weekend in May, and we sit out here, and it is just one big celebration. Spending my summers in Gee's Bend really taught me what it meant to be dark. There are no streetlights, not one. And many times we would walk these dirt roads at night, and I can remember when my cousins and my husband back then, not knowing he was going to be my husband, would jump out of the woods and scare us at night.
Here next to the swamp actually used to be farmland. Corn, cotton, cucumbers, whatever they wanted to plant, whatever season it was.
Okay, so I do remember my mom saying that she used to have to go out in the fields and pick cotton. Are these those fields, or
This is one of them.
this is one of the fields where, and did you ever have to pick cotton?
Yes, I did.
And did you ever pick in this field?
Not this field, but the one right next to it, I did probably once.
Okay, so are we coming up
Right
to
on
that?
the other side of the fence. There's a fence right there
Okay,
that divides the land.
and you picked
You
cotton
see it
on the other
right
side?
through the trees there. See
Okay.
that big clear spot?
Yes.
That's farmland. Look
Okay.
like they still might be farming that or planting grass or something.
When I look at this large field, a former cotton field, and I know that it gets over 100 degrees in the summers here, and I think about my family and my ancestors who worked so hard picking cotton in the fields to make a way for their family. It was survival, and they picked the cotton on the land that was given to them.
Yep. This is where we got all the mail back in the days.
Yeah. And still now, right?
Yeah,
The mail
it's
still
still
does come
open.
in. Yeah. It's still open. Still the still the post office, and it was the post office when I came here to visit in the summers, and that was 20, no, 37 years ago. 37 years ago. Still standing. The quilting bee is a significant part of the culture of G's Bend. The G's Bend quilters, or the women of G's Bend, were women, African American women, who made quilts to keep their families warm during the cold months because many of the homes did not have heat. When they made these quilts, they had no idea that they would become famous and sell for sometimes thousands of dollars. This is my grandmother, Alonzia Petway. This monument is a tribute to her and her quilts. Many of these handmade quilts are now on display in museums all across the world. These women traveled the world displaying their quilts, and some sold for thousands of dollars. I am so proud of the women of G's Bend, the women quilters of G's Bend. Before it was the quilting bee, it was a daycare that my grandmother worked at and that I attended as a child in the summers. It was also the location of my husband's first job when he was 18. So here it is, the place we call home, the place where my grandmother raised her family, her children, my cousins, and even my brother and sister. This home is filled with so many wonderful DIY projects that I know that this is where the roots of my DIY creativity come from. I will take you inside one day soon. I remember these roads being really dark at night. Myself and my girl cousins would go walking, and all the neighborhood boys would jump out of the woods and scare us at nights. I'm gonna put her picture in this. So one of the first graves that we came to here is my great grandmother, Missouri Petway. She was born December 3rd, 1900, passed away on August 3rd, 1981. She is the person I feel like I look most like. So beautiful. Okay.
Can you double cross it? You don't have to double cross it wide because you can't. You don't let the horse see you. Hopefully none of them are mean.
No, no, no. Cliff, do not go over there with those horses. Cliff, I'm not coming to save you if a horse kicks you. I'm just letting you know. There is the creek. So we made it, and out here in the woods and wilderness is the creek where I got baptized. It is also where I first noticed my husband when he was a young teen. He was in the tree, hanging out, waiting to swim in the creek. And yeah, that's our story.
It's the ferry.
So this is where the ferry comes. And where does the ferry take everyone when they get on the ferry here?
It goes to the other side of the river to a town called Miller Ferry, where they then load their car off of the ferry and drive to the town of Camden, Alabama.
Okay. This concludes this video. I thank you so much for sticking around and watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and let me know, because we really did cut this short. We could actually do a whole nother segment. So if you like to see a part 2 of this video, let me know in the comments section and I'll be glad to do it. Thanks again, guys. Thank you.